toward real change, Valorie Burton is your solution.
Now, some of you are sitting there and you're going, look, Valorie, I like this meaning thing, this idea of purpose, but my mission is not bringing joy to people. I don't just skip around the office. How are you today? Some of you are saying that, and that's okay, because, you know, some of you bring joy.
Easy to work with and aims to make sure you look good to your audience and your organization.
I thought it was marvelous and inspiring. I really enjoyed her presentation. It was really, really good.
Valorie Burton was a queen to work with. She was right on target for our audience.
She's been featured in and on CNN, NPR, the Los Angeles Times, Oprah Magazine, Essence, and hundreds of others.
People walk away with something that they need to do, so it's accountable.
Well, Heather, I'm so glad that you're able to take some time. I know
Valorie Burton is a sought-after personal and executive coach who has served clients in 40 states and 7 foreign countries.
Valorie was my coach. She has the best demeanor for zeroing in on what exactly your issue is in the nicest way.
My father took me and a friend of mine on a ski trip. My friend Christy and I decided, okay, we're going to take the little ski lessons and then we'll go up on the bunny slopes. After we took our lessons, we're riding up on the ski lift, and the whole time I'm thinking, okay, when we get close, there's going to be like a little push of the ski lift, and I'm going to get off, and the lift got to the spot. Christy got up. I looked on in amazement. And I thought, oh my gosh, I missed it. There is no push. It's just when it's time, you'll get up.
That, even better.
Every day is a winding road. I get a little bit closer. Every day is a faded sign.
Welcome back. You should have saw that. Welcome back to the Blend. If you're looking to land a job, then you know the importance of a good resume, but it's just as important that something that might get overlooked doesn't get overlooked, and that's your clothing.
That's right. What you wear says a lot about you. Here to tell us how you can use clothing to reach your goals both professionally and personally, Laura Rubeli, an image consultant. Good morning, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm so cool. This is perfect for me.
This is a great segment. Yes. Why is image so important?
You know what? Our image is how we project ourselves to the world. We always want to give off a polished appearance. Whether we realize it or not, how we dress sends silent messages.
So we don't want to send silent messages. We want to send loud and proud messages that
exactly.
I'm ready. I'm here.
Absolutely.
And that translates into your work life because
it translates into confidence.
Emotion.
Exactly.
Also.
People see on the outside what you're wearing, and if you look polished and well put together, well dressed, people assume that you're educated, they assume that you're credible, they assume that you're financially stable, whereas if you're dressed down, you don't get that credibility, and you never want to be passed over where somebody doesn't want to get to know you based on the clothes that you're wearing. Yeah. You always want to look polished.
So you do style evaluations for people.
I do style evaluations.
Perfect.
Which
what
is
this?
Very helpful, because what it does is it takes the guesswork out of dressing. I let you know, I analyze you, your body type, your color, and your personality, and that way you never have to worry if something looks good on you, what's going to fit you. I am there to help you with that. Take all the guesswork out. I give you your rules, everything that you should be following, and that way you always portray confidence. You always know that you look great.
And sometimes if you're asking someone for an opinion, like let's say, does my butt look fat in this?
Yeah, you know what?
Someone might lie. You want the truth.
Right, and you know what?
Tell them.
And I'm going to teach you how to highlight the positive and delete the negative. So if you think that your butt looks fat, okay, we're not going to concentrate on your butt. We're going to concentrate on up here and make that focus go up here. We're going to make that go away.
And so if you're short, you can help them maybe
I will teach you how to elongate your legs. I will teach you all that kind of stuff. That's what I do.
Color is so important
Color is so important. If you are not wearing the right colors for you, you are going to look washed out. You're going to look tired. Have you ever had somebody say...
Life doesn't go as planned. And you know what? If you live long enough, at some point you say to yourself, you know what? This isn't the way I planned it. And often it's a major event. You're moving along in your life and it feels like you just got sideswiped by a Mack truck, you land in a ditch, and you wake up wondering what on earth just happened. This isn't the way I planned it. It could be a sudden job loss. It could be a relationship that's destroyed, a health challenge, something that happens with your children, a divorce. I don't know what it is for you, but there are those times in your life when you have to pick up the pieces and you have to make your comeback. And there's a really important principle in making your comeback. You have to have the right attitude. So I've got 5 commitments I want to share with you if you are needing to be resilient, if you're needing to make a comeback, if you're needing to navigate unexpected changes and turns in your life. So commitment number 1 is this. Say to yourself, I will not feel sorry for myself. I don't care what's happened to you. You have to have the attitude that I'm not going to throw myself a pity party, because self-pity is self-sabotage. So commitment number 1, when you land in that ditch and you've got to find your way back onto your path, you've got to make your comeback, is you have to make a decision, I will not feel sorry for myself. The second thing I want you to say to yourself is, I will not stare at the closed door. Sometimes in life, doors close that we wish were still open. But wishing isn't going to change things. You have to not continue to face backwards. At some point, even if you don't like what the future looks like, even if it feels uncertain, you have to make a decision that you're going to face forward, that you have the strength within you, that God has placed within you the power to be able to move forward despite the challenges that lie ahead. I'm not saying that those challenges are easy, but what I am saying is that if you keep facing backwards, if you keep looking at how things used to be and how good they used to be, then you miss the opportunity that lies ahead to grow and to move through the challenge and create a new future. And very often that's exactly what we need to do when we landed in that ditch. Commitment number 3, I will dig deep to unearth all the courage I need. Being resilient takes courage. And a lot of people never muster that courage. But you know what? You have the courage and the ability within you to handle all that comes your way. I don't believe God puts anything on our plate that we can't handle. You can handle this, but it's going to take some courage. You're going to face fear. Fear is right in front of you. And the antidote to fear is courage. Be strong and of good courage. You're going to have to dig deep for it, but I believe it's within you. And if you just make a decision to be courageous, you'll be able to face fear. And as you face fear, many of those things you feared, you realize you're able to overcome. Commitment number 4, I will direct my thoughts. My thoughts will not direct me. The core of being able to be resilient is to be able to take your thoughts captive. That means that, you know what, you can't necessarily control the thoughts that come to your mind. When you land in a ditch, when you feel knocked out, when you come to, you might even feel disoriented. You're going to be afraid. You're going to be wondering what on earth is about to happen next. Can I get through this? You might even have other people in your life that are putting negative thoughts in your mind, but your choice and your ability is to be able to say, you know what, some of these thoughts are productive and some of them are not. And the ones that are counterproductive, I'm going to reject those. The ones that are productive, I'm going to continue to meditate and to dwell on. So you have to say to yourself, I will direct my thoughts. My thoughts will not direct me, because if I direct my thoughts and I direct them in the right direction, I will be able to get out of this mess that I'm in much more quickly. And commitment number 5, I will choose to believe that all things work together for good. This is really, really critical. It comes from Scripture. All things work together for good for those who love God and called according to His purpose. You've got a purpose. And very often there is purpose in our pain. Purpose in those painful circumstances. Purpose in your disappointment. If you simply have self-pity, if you sit around feeling sorry for yourself, you won't find any purpose in it. But if instead you say, you know what, I'm going to get through this, and on the other side of it, I'm going to be bigger, I'm going to be better, I'm going to be stronger, and I'm going to be able to use my experiences for purposeful reasons. That might be helping someone else. It might be, I don't know what it is for you. It's different for different people. But very often, in the midst of our pain, we find that we begin to have more gratitude. We don't take life for granted. We discover new opportunities that we never would have discovered before. So choose to believe all things work together for good. You might not be able to see how right now, but your job is to trust that all things will work together for good. So remember these 5 commitments. Number 1, I will not feel sorry for myself. Number 2, I will not stare at the closed door. Number 3, I want you to dig deep to unearth all the courage you need. Number 4, and this is so, so important, I will direct my thoughts. My thoughts will not direct me. And number 5, I will choose to believe that all things work together for good. You can bounce back. You can get out of that ditch. But it all begins with your attitude.